Oh, hi! Weekend twofer. Now, I apologize for missing last week's weekend toy sharing. I totally forgot. I was pretty busy with work, and uh, yeah, I totally forgot. I only remembered that I wasn't able to post a video. Was already like I was when I was about to go to sleep. So I totally forgot. I'm sorry. And as promised, we'll be doing a toyfer, a weekend toy twofer for this weekend. Now, but before I do that, I would just like to do a quick rundown of a quick K-pop rundown for since we basically spent the month without anything about K-pop. But I just before we do Kamen Rider Wizard, we're gonna be have I'll just give you a quick rundown. So first off, I'm really waiting for is the debut of SM's new girl group called Hearts to Hearts. It's an 8 member group. Basically, it's going to be, I guess it's since we don't do the since SM is just one whole label, it's going to be Espas Junior Group, Espas Junior Girl Group. There's supposed to be 8 members, and apparently the concept would be a little bit more similar to New Jeans in terms of it going into the Y2K influence. Now, I'm pretty excited with that because SM has always provided good products, and SM has always provided good groups. Um, I may not stand much of SM groups since Super Junior, uh, but I'm very curious because they do get out they do churn out good product, and I'm also low key expecting I'm also low key expecting how not really expect I'm low key waiting for how the talkies or the bunnies are going to take hearts to hearts and their supposed Y2K concept. Now another thing also another one is that a new JYP boy group has just debuted in the month of January, which is Kickflip. They debuted with their new single with their first single, Mama Said. Honestly, I'll just be very honest here. It's a little bit underwhelming. It doesn't have the bang of a debut, though it is just a teaser. I guess it's a teaser song, but it really doesn't. Honestly, it doesn't work for me. Now, most people are complaining about their visuals, which for me is actually pretty good. If ever there's a criticism I have, it's going to be the song itself, not their visuals. They're actually, I would say, if I would say their visuals are actually better than Tua's. I'm being honest. I'm a Tua's fan, right? I stand Tua's, but in terms of visuals, oh, those guys are handsome, and they also had the confidence already, since they're supposed to be a group that has already been in training for, I think 3 years or more. uh you can see the confidence in their movements, you can see the confidence in their actions, and the video's done well, Mama Said video, but it's just basically the song. It doesn't really do it for me. Another thing also is that one thing and things for me, things I'm going to be excited about for the month of February. Well, there is the release of Almond Chocolate, which is Eyelet's Japanese song. I'm very excited for this. They've already released a quick snippet of the song. They've also done I think an artwork for Almond Chocolate, and it sounds good. It doesn't sound like an Eyelet song. It doesn't sound like an Eyelet song. It's pretty slow. It's very anthemy, there's a word, if there's a word for it. But I like it. I like the song. At least for the teaser part. So I'm really looking forward to Almond Chocolate. It's also their first collab with a movie. And I think and I really think that it's a good song, and it's a good way for them to get to, I mean, to have a stronger foothold in the Japanese market. Uh, Another thing also is that in the month of February, for P-pop, SB19 will be releasing their next song. So the last song they did was Moonlight, which I totally loved. So I'm very very excited for this release. They also had a teaser of this already, a teaser video. It's pretty dark. It looks like, I'm not sure what their plan is, but it looks good. So I'm also waiting for that as well. Right, so there. So that's a quick rundown of K-pop and P-pop. Oh, by the way, last solo acts. So there's have been solo releases from Jenny and from Minnie. I haven't really digested it yet, so I guess maybe for that's gonna be my next topic next week as I get to digest. What can I say? I mean, I find they're great artists. I did listen to Minnie's song already. I actually liked it. It's very, I actually like it. I'm still gonna be, I'll still need to absorb it more to really give my thoughts on it. But for Jenny, I haven't really. I've just seen the video. I have just seen the thumbnails. I haven't tried it, but I did love Mantra. So yeah, I liked it. I liked it a lot also. I actually liked it better than Rose's, but I'm excited for the other song. So I haven't tried it yet. We're gonna be doing that for next week. But this time that we're done with the quick rundown, and now we're gonna be going to our toy sharing, which is Banpresto Real Deform of Kamen Rider Wizard. Unfortunately, this is actually pretty embarrassing for me, since I've in my previous video about the SH Figure Arts, I always mentioned that Kamen Rider Wizard is a great figure. It's a great looking figure. The costume itself, the look of it is totally great. And upon looking at it, since we started with Deno, and we went with Kamen Rider 000, and also with Force by bringing friends over, right? The other non-action figures of those characters. I wasn't able to find anything for Wizard. So apparently the only Wizard stuff I have is the SH Figure Arts Wizard and this. It's pretty embarrassing, since I do collect anything I can find which is Kamen Rider, and these are the only the two Wizards I found. So ouch. It doesn't really, it's a bit hurt. It's a bit hurting to my, I guess, to my ego as a guy who just buys anything I can see, if I can afford it, by the way. Disclaimer. So I guess we're just gonna be sharing this. So we have Kamen Rider Wizard. So this is his look. Now take note, the next video I'm gonna be showing is already an updated packaging. So this is still in the old packaging. So as you can see, it's a big open. It's gonna be an open plastic window, so you can see the figure. It's wide. No, it's wide, but it's thin. Right. So we have his picture here, and then some action shots of the toys of Kamen Rider Wizard. So again, Banpresto is a company which is part of the Namco umbrella, which also includes Bandai. And the Kamen Rider Real Deform is a chibi version of the Kamen Riders, but I would say super articulated. So let's open them up. Honestly, I really forgot about the video. I just thought about, it's already the weekend, and I did do a video, but then again, sorry. But here, so this is the figure. Now you might notice that it has a lot of open spaces, right? Also, like I always say, value. Now, what is value for me? Value is anything they add. That's my definition of value, is that it's anything they add aside from the figure and extra hands. So with this one, it actually gives us the value by providing us with a figure actually through 3 hands, so basically 2 pairs of hands and an extra hand, and 2 weapons. Now that's the value there, because not everybody, not if you remember, excuse me, Kamen Rider 4's only had the rocket arm. Kamen Rider Deno actually had good value because it had the sword and it had the lightning effects, while Kamen Rider 000 had the sword. So this one has 2 weapons, a gun and a sword. Not bad value for that. Now, for the figure itself, actually I would say this is something that I really like in terms of the looks, but really disappointed me. And why is that? Here it is. So we got the figure. I haven't opened this in a long time, but this is the figure. So as you can see, this is the same. This is typically the wizard look, so the wizard suit, the flame effect, and then there's so you can see the really good articulation there. Detail is top notch. Detailing is top notch. The suit paint apps is amazing. But now let me hit you with, I guess, a dose of disappointment. So you can see the skirt is hard. I would say it's even rubber, no, plastic. Hard plastic. It's hard. It's like really hard. You can't move it. So basically, you have all this leg articulation, which is normal for the real deformed figure, but you ended up with hard plastic, which you cannot actually use. So it basically renders, Kamen Rider Wizard's leg articulation useless. It goes to nothing. So you end up having articulation just barely on the knees, and you can't even put them on other poses. There you go. Right? So sometimes you can see that, I guess I understand it because the figure itself, I'm sure, is a template, right? They just changed the body colors. But I just hope that at least they could have just maybe opened this up, made the slit on it, opened it up. Yeah, they could have just opened it up so that it can move, so that this, instead of 2 big pieces, it becomes 4 small ones. But then again, they did not. So it's very disappointing, honestly. When I got it, I was really looking forward to the figures doing it in poses, but unfortunately, it doesn't. So it's basically, you're gonna be basically ending up with hand poses, which is really sad because these are great. It's a great figure, and it could have given him a lot more poses. Now for the extra stuff, well, there's the hands. So they do have the posy hands. So honestly, I don't understand the posy hands, but then again, I think it's really mainly for the wizard pose. Okay, I'm doing something crazy, but yes, there's a wizard pose, so I guess that is why they're using it. That's why there's an extra, honestly, pretty useless hand there. Then we've got the weapon holding hands. You've got the weapon holding hands for Kamen Rider Wizard, which is they used for hands, and for the weapons, which is basically for me the value part of it, is it gives you 2 weapons. It gives you a sword and the gun. Right? Basically, if you see that it is part of his driver, it actually assembles from his driver. So basically, it gives you a great option for weapons. You can pose it in different way. You can pose him with different weapons. You can pose him in his classic handy poses. But you can't really do an action pose because why? The skirt or part of the coat is impeding the movement. It's just blocking the movement. So honestly, it would have been a hit, but it misses. The figure's always good. Details. Details are great. You've got the details, you've got the figure, you've got the articulation, you've got the sculpt. But then again, because of this, you really can't move him much. It's very hard to pose. So I would say, unless you're a really big fan of Kamen Rider Wizard, it's good to have. I mean, I got one, so I didn't really know much about how. I didn't know that it's going to be the skirt part is going to be that hard, which will end movement. But then again, if you're a big fan, if you're really a fan of, no, I wouldn't say real fan, but if you're a big fan of Kamen Rider Wizard, I guess it's okay. But personally, it's a pretty to be honest, it's pretty it's a big waste, because they could have just put a slit on it, and honestly I won't do it because it would ruin the integrity of the figure. But generally it's a nice looking figure. Articulation wise, not so much, but hey, still Kamen Rider Wizard. So thank you very much, and we're gonna be having another one, but and again, for this figure, value-wise, good. Sculpt, paint, amazing. Articulation, pretty bad. Ah, shucks.